We begin in Stockton, where a press conference just wrapped up on last night's deadly mass shooting at a child's birthday party. 4 people were killed. 3 of them were children. Another 11 people were left injured.
The San Joaquin County Sheriff says no one is in custody right now, and there appear to be multiple shooters. He also believes this was a targeted shooting and not a random act of violence. The sheriff says the shooting started inside a banquet hall where a birthday party was happening. The shooter or shooters, they believe, then worked this way inside.
November 29th, 2025. A Saturday evening in Stockton, California. Balloons filled the air. Children's laughter echoed through the halls. Families gathered to celebrate something pure and simple, a little girl's second birthday. There was cake waiting to be cut, presents waiting to be opened, a room filled with nearly 100 people who came together for joy. And then, just before 6 p.m., everything changed. Multiple shooters, dressed head to toe in black, faces hidden behind masks, walked through the doors of the Monkey Space Banquet Hall. They weren't there to celebrate. They came with a different purpose. In the span of just moments, more than 50 rounds were fired from at least 5 different weapons. When the chaos finally ended and the smoke cleared, 4 people lay dead. 13 others were wounded. Among the victims, 3 young people who should have been thinking about homework, sports practice, and what they wanted for Christmas. Instead, their families were planning funerals. This is the story of the Stockton birthday party incident. A case that shocked a community, exposed the deadly reach of gang violence, and left investigators with one haunting question. How do you find justice when the suspects vanish into the night and nearly every witness claims they saw nothing? Welcome to the Crime Trail. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video to reach others. This case reminds us all to stay vigilant out there. Be aware of your surroundings, especially at public gatherings. Trust your instincts. And if you see something that doesn't feel right, don't hesitate to report it. Our safety and the safety of our loved ones depends on all of us staying alert. Let me take you through the lives that were taken that day. Maya Lupian, a 3rd grader at Aspire Apex Academy with a smile that could light up a room. Maya loved to sing, dance, and draw. She was a purple belt in karate, active, energetic, the kind of kid who never stopped moving. Her family described her as the most outgoing child you'd ever meet. She excelled in school. She loved her extracurricular activities. According to her GoFundMe page, Maya dreamed of becoming a baker one day. Her favorite book was Fly Guy, and she was the light in everyone's life, the sweetest soul. In just 2 weeks, on December 13th, Maya would have turned 9 years old. She never got the chance. Journey Rose Riotutar Guerrero, a 3rd grader at Commodore Stockton Skills School. Journey Rose was described by her family as a curious and gentle soul, smart, kind, always offering a helping hand to anyone she knew. She loved trivia and solving math games. She loved art, crafting, baking, and gymnastics. Every single day, she came home excited to tell her family about what she learned at school. Her cousin Joseph Guerrero said she would just bring smiles to your face, bring light to your day. Journey Rose wanted to become a cheerleader when she entered high school. She wanted to become a doctor to help people. Her mother, Jackie Riotutar, worked as a special education teacher at Madison Elementary School in the Stockton Unified School District. Amari Peterson, an 8th grader from Modesto with his whole life ahead of him. Amari was an athlete, basketball, football, track. His coach, Brent Bonender, who watched him grow up over 6 years, called him not just a standout player, but a good kid with a good heart. Amari was a straight-A student. He was outgoing, full of life, full of laughter, the glue to his family, according to his mother, Kimberly. His father, Patrick, said Amari wanted to stay home that Saturday to shoot baskets, but he agreed to go with his family to the party. According to a GoFundMe organized by his family, Amari was a bright, loved, and promising young soul. The family was planning where he was going to go to high school. Now they were planning a funeral. Susano Archuleta. According to his family and KCRA News, Susano was at the party simply to support friends, there with his girlfriend. His aunt Patricia Flores said that when the gunfire erupted, Susano didn't run. He rushed to move children who were near him, along with his girlfriend, into a closet to protect them. While trying to save those around him, Susano lost his own life. His brother Emmanuel Lopez told the Los Angeles Times that Susano passed away in his arms. The crime scene was the Monkey Space Event Hall, a banquet venue at 1955 Lucille Avenue in unincorporated San Joaquin County, just outside Stockton city limits. About 80 to 100 people had gathered there. Children, parents, friends, family. They were there for one reason: to celebrate a little girl's second birthday. But before I take you through every detail of what happened that night, let me take you back to the hours before the incident, when this was still just a party. Patrice Williams was excited. Her daughter was turning 2 years old, and she wanted to make it special. According to the Associated Press, the party was planned to run from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Williams had rented out the Monkey Space Banquet Hall, a newly opened rental space on Lucille Avenue. The party was advertised on social media. Between 80 and 100 guests showed up. Multiple families, multiple generations, kids running around, adults catching up, balloons, decorations, the smell of birthday cake waiting to be cut. According to CNN, Patrice Williams would later tell reporters she thought the balloons were popping when she first heard the shots. Maya Lupian and Journey Rose Reotutar Guerrero, the two young cousins, were extremely close. Journey Rose's aunt, Marie Antoinette Aguan, said the giggly pair had probably gone to check out toys in the front of the banquet hall when the incident began. Amari Peterson was there with his parents, Patrick and Kimberly, and his 3 siblings, including his younger sister and his baby sister. The family had driven from Modesto. Amari hadn't wanted to come. He wanted to stay home and play basketball, but he came anyway. Susano Archuleta was there with his girlfriend, just supporting friends at the celebration. Everything was normal. Everything was joyful. The party was nearing its end. It was getting close to 6 p.m., almost time to cut the cake. And then the shooters walked in. It was shortly before 6 p.m. on Saturday, November 29, 2025. According to CNN and multiple news sources, the family was getting ready to cut the birthday cake when the gunfire started. Patrice Williams told the Associated Press, "I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots." The incident began inside the banquet hall. According to the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, at least 5 different firearms were used. More than 50 rounds were fired. The suspects were dressed all in black with their faces covered, only their eyes visible behind masks. Patrick Peterson, Amari's father, told ABC affiliate KXTV in Sacramento what he witnessed. "I just heard gunshots, and then the shooter came in. I turned my back, and I looked at him, and I just start seeing him shoot, 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 shoot." Amari had been walking over to speak with a rapper named MB Nell when a masked individual fired toward the rapper and struck Amari once in the chest, according to reports from the father of one of the victims cited by Wikipedia. Patrick Peterson saw his son on the floor, crawling, trying to get up. He jumped over a counter and rushed to his son's side. People were running, diving for cover, screaming. Peterson began giving his son CPR right there on the floor, surrounded by chaos and gunfire. According to authorities cited by NBC News, the incident reportedly began just before the birthday cake was to be cut. The gunfire started inside the venue, where 4 of the victims lost their lives, then continued outside the venue. Multiple survivors noted that Susano Archuleta, the only adult victim, was injured after hiding his girlfriend and several children inside a closet during the incident. Maya Lupian and Journey Rose Reotutar Guerrero, the 2 young cousins who had been checking out toys together, were both struck by gunfire in the attack. Amari's younger sister was grazed by a projectile, but escaped through a back door. Emmanuel Lopez, Susano's brother, told the Los Angeles Times his daughter was injured but survived. Projectiles from the attack also struck a nearby home, reportedly narrowly missing a man and a dog who were inside as the man worked on his garage door. The aftermath was chaotic. According to the Associated Press, the first responders who arrived found a scene that had begun inside and spilled onto the street outside. NBC News affiliate KCRA reported on November 30th, 2025, a manhunt is underway for the people believed to have been behind the Stockton area mass shooting that killed 4 and injured 11 at a child's birthday party. Heather Brent, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office, said the shooting took place just before 6 p.m. Saturday. 4 people lost their lives at the scene. 13 others were wounded. some so badly they were rushed to trauma centers outside the county. Ages of the injured range from young children to adults around 30 years old. The shooters fled. They disappeared into the night. And in the chaos of the scene, despite more than 100 witnesses being present, investigators were left with almost no solid leads. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office officially confirmed the 4 victims on December 3rd, though families had already begun identifying their loved ones online. Journey Rose Riotar Guerrero, Maya Lupien, Amari Peterson, Susano Archuleta. But here's the question that haunted everyone. Why would anyone open fire at a child's birthday party? The investigation immediately became a multi-agency effort. According to NBC News, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office took the lead, with assistance from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Stockton Police Department, the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Sheriff Patrick Withrow was clear from the beginning. According to CNN, on the day after the incident, Withrow stated, "These animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party, and none of us should stand for that." Sheriff spokesperson Heather Brent told the media early on that the attack appeared to be targeted. According to NBC News, "We believed it was a targeted incident, a targeted shooting. But targeted how? And who was the target?" According to the Los Angeles Times and multiple sources, there was a rapper at the party, MB Nell, who may have been targeted in the attack. Patrick Peterson, Amari's father, said his son had been walking over to speak to the rapper when the gunman opened fire. And here's where the story takes a darker turn. Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi told NBC News that she had been informed by individuals who were invited to the party that there were people there who had ties in the gang community. Fugazi stated that officials believed the violence broke out due to a conflict between individuals, that they wanted to send a message. According to Fugazi, gang violence was suspected as a motive. She told NBC News that gangs are a problem in the city and that at least 100 known gangs operate out of that area of California. Fugazi described the attack as a pure act of terrorism, but Sheriff Withrow pushed back against immediately labeling it gang-related. According to KTVU Fox 2, Withrow said, "Obviously, we know that there were known gang members at this party, but we do not know whether that was the reason or the motive of this shooting." The investigation revealed concerning details. According to the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, as reported by KTVU on December 10th, at least 50 rounds went off from a total of 5 different firearms. Some firearms were found on top of the roof of the banquet hall. Sheriff Withrow said it would take months to sort through the evidence. According to NBC News, the shooters were described as wearing all dark clothing and having some kind of face covering. Withrow said investigators didn't have much they could give the public to identify a suspect. The party had been advertised on social media. The venue was public. More than 100 people attended. And yet, according to Sheriff Withrow, many witnesses said nobody saw anything. The FBI offered a $50,000 reward for information. The ATF added another $25,000. Stockton Crime Stoppers increased its offer to $55,000, including contributions from Mayor Fugazi and City Council member Mariela Ponce. The reward total eventually grew to over $130,000. But here's what became clear. This wasn't random. This was calculated. This was planned. And the shooters walked into a room full of children and opened fire anyway. As of today, no one has been arrested for the actual incident. Let me repeat that. Despite having over 100 witnesses, 5 firearms, more than 50 shell casings, and months of investigation by multiple federal and local agencies, no arrests have been made for the deaths of Maya, Journey Rose, Amari, and Susano. But 2 men who were at the party were arrested, not for the incident, but for parole violations. According to ABC News and the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office, Luciano Guerrero was arrested on Monday, December 2nd, for a parole violation related to his presence at the scene. Guerrero, also known as Nano, is not a suspect in the incident, but his arrest reveals something crucial about who was at this party. Guerrero had previously been convicted in 2023 for carrying a loaded firearm as an active gang member and for reckless evasion, according to prosecutors. According to Wikipedia and court documents, Guerrero was later charged with assault with a firearm, possession of an assault rifle, possession of high-capacity magazines, being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, criminal street gang activity, domestic violence with corporal injury, ammunition violations, and numerous firearms and enhancement allegations, and a felony count of parole revocation. Guerrero had also previously admitted to being affiliated with the Sureños gang and was classified by Stockton police as being an active member of the Asian Boys and Muddy Boys gangs. Court records show Guerrero is being held in county jail on 37 charges with no bail. The second man arrested was Billy Williams, also known as Flyboy Dougie. According to Wikipedia and KCRA, Williams was identified as an uncle of the child whose birthday was being celebrated. He was also a known rapper. Williams was charged with violating the parole condition, which prohibited him from being within 300 feet of places where children gather. This was due to previous convictions of child abuse, child endangerment, and corporal injury from 2021. At the time of his arrest, he was also wanted for failing to make a court appearance for traffic violations. He was also accused of violating his parole conditions, which prohibited him from being in contact with known gang members. In this case, his contact with the child's father. Williams pleaded no contest to the parole violation and was sentenced to 180 days in jail. His defense attorney stated that he was in no way involved in the incident. But wait, the child's father? That's right. According to Wikipedia, the father of the child whose birthday was being celebrated was also arrested for suspicion of violating parole, but is not suspected to have been involved in the crime. Here's what this tells us. This party, this 2-year-old's birthday party, had multiple documented gang members in attendance. The child's own father had gang affiliations. The uncle was a rapper with gang ties, and according to witnesses, rapper MB Nell may have been the target. What became apparent is this violence may not have been about the birthday girl or her family at all. According to multiple sources, this was about a conflict, gang rivalry, and these shooters walked into a room full of children to send a message. 4 innocent people lost their lives. 3 of them were young people, and they passed away because they happened to be in the wrong place when someone decided to settle a score. The Stockton community was deeply affected. Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee addressed the media the day after the incident. According to NBC News, Lee said he was angry about the violence. Someone went to a birthday party and shot people's children, he said. That is not human. San Joaquin County District Attorney Ron Freitas vowed that the community would have the full force of my office's resources in holding those responsible accountable. According to his statement reported by NBC News, let this ring perfectly clear. In San Joaquin County, violence of this nature has absolutely no place at any time, shape, or form, and children should not be harmed by gun or gang violence. Governor Gavin Newsom said on social media, "Our hearts break for their families and the entire Stockton community." On December 3rd, 2025, 2 vigils were held to honor the victims. The first was an annual vigil organized by the San Joaquin District Attorney's Office to honor victims of violent crime, held at Weber Point. Later that same day, Greater Christ Temple held a vigil near the site of the incident, emphasizing mental health support and unity. Roscoe Brown, who works for the City of Stockton's Office of Violence Prevention and whose brother's granddaughter was at the party, told the Associated Press after a vigil, "Who would come and do that to some kids? You know? You can't shoot up a party. That's senseless. A kids' party at that." The Stockton Unified School District, which had lost students and where Journey Rose's mother worked as a teacher, made counselors and mental health clinicians available at all 55 district schools. Mayor Christina Fugazi, during the vigil according to NBC News, expressed the community's pain. They should be writing their Christmas lists right now. Their parents should be out shopping for them for Christmas. And to think that their lives are over. I can't even begin to imagine what these families are going through. KCRA News reported on December 2nd, all of these reactions are normal and no one has to navigate them alone. According to the school, they will have therapists and mental health services available for its school community this week and in the weeks to come. But this tragedy connected to something bigger, something systemic. Stockton has a gang problem, a serious one. According to Mayor Fugazi, reported by Wikipedia, the city has approximately 5,000 gang members and 100 gangs. In 2024 alone, Stockton endured 3,680 violent crimes, almost double the statewide violent crime rate, according to city and state data cited by CNN. The San Joaquin Valley, where Stockton is located, had the highest violent crime rate in the state in 2023, according to data from the Public Policy Institute of California. Vice Mayor Jason Lee didn't mince words about the city's responsibility. According to Wikipedia, Lee said the mayor and city council were partially to blame for the incident, stating, "When you don't invest in communities like these, when you don't prioritize the lives of young people, you put the bullets in the clip." Lee criticized the city council for delaying a vote to ban face coverings, which he had introduced in June. He criticized the city for not providing more funding to the city's Office of Violence Prevention, which he had advocated for during a budget meeting in June. The first city council meeting since the incident was held on December 9th, 2025, and it was attended by many residents who demanded that the council take decisive action. In response to the crisis, the Stockton Police Department hosted a firearm buyback event on December 13th. According to Wikipedia, the agency bought 277 firearms in exchange for cash gift cards. Mayor Fugazi said the city had seized 752 firearms so far in 2025, up from 610 in the same time period last year. There was one notable secondary incident worth mentioning. On the same night as the primary incident, about 7 miles away in the Civic District, Stockton police arrested 5 people, including one juvenile, on weapons and gang allegations. According to NBC News, when police arrived, they found 2 firearms. Sheriff Withrow said it was unclear whether those people had any connection to the birthday party incident. Let me bring you back to the families, to the grief that will never heal. Patrick Peterson, Amari's father, spoke to ABC News about the experience that replays in his mind every time he tries to sleep. He described lying over his son, watching his final moments. He described performing CPR on his child while chaos erupted around them. "It's something that a father should never have to go through," Patrick Peterson told KXTV. "Every time I get ready to lie down, I'm like lying over my son while he's sitting there breathing." Kimberly Peterson, Amari's mother, told reporters, "We were planning where he was going to go to high school, and now we're here planning for a funeral. I just want my son back." Amari's basketball coach, Brent Bonander, who had watched him grow up over 6 years, remembered him as not only a standout player, but a good kid with a good heart. According to KCRA, he wanted to be that kid that his dad could be proud of. "It's senseless." Bonander said, "I know he wouldn't want people to be crying over him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to dedicate this season to Amari." Journey Rose's cousin, Joseph Guerrero, said she would just bring smiles to your face, bring light to your day. Her family's GoFundMe stated, "Journey was always an inspiration for her family to do their best. She would always offer a helping hand to anyone she knew. She was a smart girl who loved trivia and solving math games. Journey was growing up beautifully and should have had a long life where she could learn and play as much as she pleased." Maya's sister, Yesenia Lupian, posted online, "Maya was the light in everyone's life, the sweetest soul." The family noted in their GoFundMe that they would have been celebrating Maya's 9th birthday just 2 weeks after her passing, on December 13th. The post read, "She deserved a childhood full of laughter, school days, karate, family time, and dreams. Not this." Susano Archuleta's family noted he wasn't even supposed to be at the center of this. He was just there to support friends. And when violence erupted, he didn't think about himself. He thought about protecting children. This tragedy resonated far beyond Stockton. Grammy-winning artist Burna Boy reached out to Vice Mayor Jason Lee and offered to cover the funeral costs for all 4 victims. Burna Boy said in a statement, according to KTVU, "When I heard about the children murdered in Stockton, my heart broke. After hearing the story on The Breakfast Club, I reached out to WAC 100 and connected with Jason Lee because no family should ever face this kind of pain alone." I wanted to do whatever I could to support these parents as they begin the long process of healing. Patrice Williams, the birthday girl's mother who organized the party, tearfully told the Associated Press that parents who plan birthday parties for their kids should consider having them indoors because of the risk of violence. She lost her sister, a cousin, and 3 friends in the incident. But her 2-year-old daughter, the birthday girl, was uninjured. Williams said of the shooters, "They deserve to be in jail. They deserve to go to hell. I'm sorry, but it's not respectable. It's a kid's party." While the Stockton birthday party incident is tragic in its own right, it's not the first time a celebration has turned into a crime scene. And unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. Let me take you to another case that shares concerning parallels. On February 14, 2024, Kansas City, Missouri. The Chiefs had just won Super Bowl of 8, and the city was celebrating with a massive victory parade. Over 1 million people gathered downtown for the festivities. Families, children, fans celebrating their team's triumph. Then gunfire erupted near Union Station. According to reports from the incident, the event stemmed from an argument between several individuals, at least one of whom was armed. 23 people were injured by gunfire, including 8 children. One person, Lisa Lopez Galvan, a beloved local DJ, lost her life. Witnesses described chaos, parents diving over their children, people running in all directions. What was supposed to be a day of pure joy turned into something else entirely. Investigators determined the incident was gang-related, a dispute that escalated into violence in the middle of a massive public celebration. 3 juveniles were charged in connection with the event. The motive? A personal conflict that had nothing to do with the Super Bowl, nothing to do with the Chiefs, nothing to do with the 1,000 innocent people who happened to be nearby. Sound familiar? Both cases share common threads: public celebrations, crowds of innocent people, including many children, gang-related violence, shooters who had no regard for who else might be in the line of fire, and communities left asking the same question: how did we get here? In Kansas City, like in Stockton, the perpetrators turned a place of joy into a crime scene. They transformed celebration into trauma. They took lives and shattered families, all because of some personal dispute that could have been resolved 1,000 other ways. The parallel is clear. When gang violence enters public spaces, whether it's a championship parade or a 2-year-old's birthday party, innocent people pay the price. Children pay the price. As of today, December 21st, 2025, more than 3 weeks after the incident, no arrests have been made for the deaths of Maya Lupian, Journey Rose Riotar Guerrero, Amari Peterson, and Susano Archuleta. The investigation continues. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, along with the FBI, ATF, and other agencies, is still processing evidence. Sheriff Patrick Withrow has said it may take months to identify and apprehend suspects. The reward for information leading to an arrest now stands at over $130,000. The shooters remain at large. Somewhere out there, the people responsible for taking the lives of 3 young people and a young man who passed away protecting others are still free. They're walking around. Maybe they're sleeping soundly at night. Maybe they're not. What we know for certain is this. On November 29th, 2025, multiple shooters, dressed in all black, faces covered, walked into the Monkey Space Banquet Hall on Lucille Avenue. They fired more than 50 rounds from at least 5 different weapons. They took 4 lives, wounded 13 others, and traumatized an entire community. They turned a 2-year-old's birthday party into a tragedy, and they walked away. 4 families will never be the same. Maya will never become a baker. Journey Rose will never become a doctor. Amari will never play high school basketball. Susano will never get the chance to be the hero he proved he was. The city of Stockton continues to grapple with its gang problem. 5,000 gang members, 100 gangs, and a violent crime rate that's double the state average. City leaders are calling for change. The community is demanding action. But change takes time, and time won't bring back the lives that were lost. So here's my question for you. What do you think about this case? Do you believe the shooters will be caught? Do you think gang violence in cities like Stockton can be stopped? What responsibility do we all have, as communities, as citizens, as a society, to protect innocent children from this kind of violence? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to The Crime Trial for more in-depth coverage of cases that matter.